welcome or welcome back. More like welcome me back to YouTube because I've been gone for too long. It has been a minute. Yeah, welcome me back. For those who don't know me or maybe forgot about me, my name is Alyssa. I'm a writer working on what I hope will be my debut fantasy novel, and this is my channel. Happy to have you. So I guess this is just gonna be like a little chatty sit down sort of thing. I'll talk about my goals for the year. Before we begin, I do have like about 6 minutes or so of like a recap vlog of what my December was like. So if you're not interested in that, you can skip to this timestamp and I won't hold it against you. But if you would like to know what I got up to in December, stay tuned. I went to New York City and I went on a writing retreat and it was a lot of fun. You should watch it. So see you in a minute. Well, 6 minutes-ish. That was like halfway across.
No. Okay. We're going a different direction for that one. Okay. It's about distance, not aim.
Oh, interesting.
I know plans that don't involve you. All my thoughts revolve around you, and I know this. How can I leave?
During the last strains of the song, Odysseus takes aim and fires on Paris. A sound effect of a rifle is heard and a blackout simultaneously.
There you go. Beautiful.
I bet they could throw those rocks so far.
Whoa. Okay, so I'm serious.
You're an artist. You're a serious artist, Carrie. Now that we are done with December, we're putting that behind us, let's talk January. Originally for January, my goals, I had 3 major goals for this month. I had wanted to write 10,000 words. I'd wanted to have a 7-day writing streak on TrackBear, which is the website that I use to track how many words I write per day. I wanted like a 7-day streak on there. And then I also wanted to sit down and plot out the series as a whole that I'm working on so I can see it visually. And I thought that would be helpful. We have like a week left in January. Have I done any of that? No, I haven't. I've written maybe 2,000 words. And I think I have like a 2-day writing streak maybe on TrackBear, and I have not plotted the series. So I just decided right now, kind of as I've aimlessly been talking in this video, the many times I've tried recording this clip, of course, I've decided that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the month. I'm going to redeem my January and we're going to do those things. At least 2 of the 3. I think plotting the series might take a little bit longer, especially if I'm writing 10K this week. So we're gonna do like a week streak on TrackBear and we're gonna write 10K. We're gonna do it. Woo! And then the year as a whole, it's really hard for me to plan out years. I feel like planning out quarters or thirds of the year makes a lot more sense for my brain. And my goal, I would say before the spring, so like quarterly, give or take, would be to finish draft 1 of this novel. Big picture, I would really love to be done with a second draft by the end of the year. I know they say not to like move on to a sequel right after you write your first book because it kind of puts you in a weird position if you are pursuing traditional publishing, but I don't care. I'm probably gonna do that anyway. Enough chatting. I guess if I'm writing 10,000 words, getting a week's writing streak in TrackBear, and possibly planning out my entire series, I have a lot of work to do. So let's get started. It is the last day of January, the end of the week, and I wanted to do one more check-in before the end of this video. I wrote 5,500-ish words this week. I did not make 10K. I also finally surpassed 50K in my manuscript. However, about 2 days ago, my computer updated, and when I turned it back on, I was back down to like 48,600 words or something like that. So I don't know where that like 1,500 words went. Couldn't tell you. I looked at my backup file. I scoured the document trying to figure out what got deleted, and I could not, for the life of me, remember what I had written that was not there anymore, that I had like just put down on paper, which reinforced this idea in my head that I think I'm done with this draft. I don't think I have anything else productive to add at this point in time. I had been feeling all week like the words that I was writing were unproductive to the story, uninspired, which I had had moments of in November most recently where I didn't love what I was writing, but it felt like a good scene for that spot, or it felt like, you know, I don't love it now, but I can work with it in the future and I'm gonna keep it. I did not feel that way about pretty much anything that I've written this week. It felt very filler and, like I said, just unproductive to the story. I don't know that I'm gonna keep any of those words or those scenes. That, like I said, kind of reinforced this idea that had been creeping into my brain that maybe that's all I have for this draft. Now, Act 1 of my story, the beginning part, is pretty much in like a draft 3 phase because I've edited and tweaked that thing more so than any other parts of this story. But since November and writing Act 2 and bits of Act 3, you know, the rest of the draft is largely like a zero draft, draft 1 situation. And 50K kind of falls into line with what a first draft / zero draft should be. So my natural inclination at this point is to start tweaking and to start plotting and to start filling in gaps and to start editing to an extent. And I feel like I want to pursue that natural inclination by kind of resetting and closing draft 1. Does that make sense? So all that to say, in my pursuit of 10K this week, I realized I might be done with draft 1 of this story. I think. I'm still kind of not sure, but again, I have 50,000 words to play with. I have a story structure. Now I feel like it's time to analyze the plot, figure out what I'm missing, and write that. And that would be like a draft 2 situation. And then once I keep building up that word count to where I want it to be around 90K, 100K, then I go back and do like line edits and, you know, I look at the prose and I look at character development and plot development, etc. And I think that's how this is done. I know there's no like surefire, like everyone does this differently. The more I've been thinking about it this week, the more I'm like, I think that's where we're at. I think that's where I'm at. I think that's why I feel this way. And I think that's why it feels like I have nothing else to contribute. I'm ready to do something different. So anyway, I thought I would let you know about that. Gesundheit. I am surprised and pleased with this realization that I think I'm ready to officially move on to like draft 2 of my story. So thank you for humoring me and letting me fill you in on my December and catching you up on where I'm at here in January. I will catch you in the next one.